Satnam, I'm here today with Ashley Miller.
Hello.
Hello. One of my favorite people on the whole planet. And she's a licensed acupuncturist in our local community here. But fortunately for you, if you're listening all over the world, she does do consultations over the phone too.
Yes.
And herbal. So we're going to find out all about Chinese medicine today, coming from Ashley, who I think of all the acupuncturists I've been to, you literally are my top two. And the only reason why you're not the only one is because the other one helped me get pregnant and have a baby.
Yes. Well, that's pretty amazing. So it's hard to top that.
So top two of all the states I've been to. So I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. So what do we want to teach people first? I think personally, a lot of people deal with pain.
Yes.
Is that your number one?
Definitely. Yeah. Pain is always the number one thing that people come for acupuncture for.
Okay. So where in the body for pain?
Any pain really, but most often we see neck pain, back pain, and sciatic pain. Those are kind of the top three. And yeah.
Okay. So let's dig into sciatic pain.
Yes.
All right. So how do you, let me just give first a little window into coming to see you. Okay. So you walk in and she has these beautiful chimes that just greet you at the door. Bling, 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 bling. And then she has two bookcases, maybe three now. You have a lot.
Of the herbs?
Of herbs.
Yes.
Balms that you make,
yes.
Skincare that you make.
Yes.
I mean, she is a lady of all skills. Okay, so as you're waiting for her, because she's multitasking with a couple of people and she's got it perfectly timed, so you get all of the minutes that you need, and somehow you get us in and out in an hour or less.
Yeah, that's the goal. That is always the goal.
Well, you mastered that. Okay, so then she puts you in her room, and then you get out your little folder, and what do you say first?
Well, you always want to ask what's going on, why are you here, basically, what are we working on? And you get a little history with that and figure out exactly where the issue is, how it arose, how long it's been there, what are some of the other things that it affects, sleep, digestion, because pain sometimes can affect some of those things. So you have to get kind of a full picture, a full idea of everything that's going on with that person. And then from there, move into the treatment, and that can go a variety of ways. Sometimes people are face up, sometimes they're face down, sometimes they're on their side. So there's
clothes on or off.
It depends. Sometimes we have to remove, a shirt or some articles of clothing.
Or leggings.
Something to get to the knees. But I'll always cover people if we have to take anything off. And
that's a bonus.
Yes.
She has the softest sheets.
Yes.
They're so soft.
They are wonderful.
And you hand sew your little pillows too. So if your neck needs something or your shoulder needs something. So let's see. I moved back home in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Did I come that year to meet you? I think so.
It was
2011.
Probably 2011.
Okay.
Yes.
2011. So it's 2026 now. So 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still think in my brain, if I can't fix it at home with all my gadgets, you are the first person I call.
Yeah, that's great.
Always.
That's an honor. I love that.
And also when my mom or Andre or the kids really don't like needles.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But
most kids don't.
Tell us what you do besides when you bring kids, because I definitely see a difference when I bring Sims or Jules in.
Yeah, kids typically don't need as much. They respond really quickly, really well most of the time. So you can get away with doing a lot less. Sometimes even just acupressure on some of the points.
Okay.
I have a little machine. We call it the tickle machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really mild electrical current that you can use that to stimulate the points. So you don't have to do needles on kids.
Okay.
Once they get up into the teenage years, they tolerate it a little better. And a lot of them actually even start to like it once they get over that initial kind of needles. But
so Jules does now. She didn't like to do needles with you for the first 5 years? Probably.
Yeah, first several years. Yeah,
but now she'll let you do a couple of needles. Yeah, and she'll let you cup her.
She loves cupping. She loves cupping. Most people do.
So, okay, so tell us about, because your cups are different. I actually had a friend who I dance with, and she said, "Oh, I got cupping today, and it was so painful."
Oh, no.
And I said, "Well, you need to fire your person."
Yeah.
Because
go see Ashley.
And go see Ashley, because cupping is so magical and feels so good.
Yes.
But I know what kind of cup she's talking about. She's talking about those plastic.
With the pump.
Yeah. And so if you've had that for cupping, that is not what Ashley does.
No, it's very different. What I do is fire cupping.
Okay.
So it's glass cups, and you use fire to create the suction. So you clamp a cotton ball in a hemostat, and you light the cotton ball on fire, and then you stick it kind of in the cup for a second, and then you pull the fire away and then put the cup on the skin. So it's a quick movement. You have to kind of practice it to get it just right. And you can do just 2 cups on the back, for example, and kind of slide them up and down. Yeah. Or some people prefer where you put several cups down the back and just leave them in place.
Okay.
I usually will more do sliding cups. Yeah. Because I feel like it just releases all the tissue and all the fascia, and really kind of, it's like aerating your back. Yeah.
Which we so need.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot different than the plastic cups, because those are the material doesn't really slide, and it's usually they have kind of a harsh edge. The glass cups are much smoother and just much more comfortable on the skin. So
that's why, and I like it around my little angel wings.
Yes.
Where we get that little tension from, for me, slouchy McSloucher machine, and staying back and being present in that, those muscles right there.
Yeah, yeah.
They just need extra love.
They do. A lot of people hold a lot of stress there and emotions as well. So sometimes it can be kind of emotionally cathartic as well. So, and it's a lot of times pain can have an emotional root. And so you can't unwind those two things, but together you can kind of release a little bit of both of them with cupping and acupuncture.
And what about the, so we're in treatment. Let's stay on the treatment. Okay, so we've just been through your checklist, which is not really a checklist.
The Q&A session.
Yeah, the Q&A. You use your intuition. Yeah. I know you do.
I do.
Yes, because we've been working together for a long time.
Yes.
So I know you use your intuition, but you also use your medical training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Yeah.
And then after you do your needles, which feels so good, and you have to tell people about your facelift.
Oh, okay. Yes.
As soon as we're done.
Okay.
So then she puts in the needles, and then how long do you give us on to the table? I say we always go to Jupiter because...
Yeah, you go to some other planet. It's a quick 30-minute ride to another planet.
It is.
Yeah, you do. It kind of takes you out of this reality into some other place. It's the twilight, the zen, the zone. People have all kinds of names for it, but yeah, it really is. It just kind of disconnects you in a really wonderful way, and kind of pulls us out of that kind of go fight or flight mode, and you just go somewhere else for about 30 minutes, and then I come back in and gently wake you up and take the needles out. And then usually if I'm going to do cupping, I'll do that at that point. So,
and they can pick, like, if they want more time with the needles and to meditate. Right?
Yes. Or I can come a few minutes earlier.
Do some cupping.
To do the cupping afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So, yes. And when you wake up, you'll be like, oh, I don't know where I went, but I feel better. And somehow the pain is literally gone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. It's just,
it really is.
It's really a wonderful system. So,
yeah. Okay. So tell us about, because one day I went and she said, oh, I'm trying these points on my face because, we're getting a little older, so we're experiencing gravity.
Yes, we are.
Which, by the way, your skin looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Is it your new beef tallow?
It is.
I
knew it. It is, and I meant to bring you some.
Oh my God,
I totally forgot.
I need some.
I know. I'll get you some.
Okay.
It's good stuff. Yes.
Oh, yeah, your skin looks really good.
Thank you.
Okay. And your chin doesn't have as much gravity as mine. Is that from your needles?
No, I don't really do needles there. I have a couple of times, but not on a regular.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so the facelift, so you can go to her and ask to get the facelift with the needles.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's just say you're not in pain, we're not working on arthritis or sciatica, or what's the other couple things that people always come in with?
A lot of times digestive or hormone stuff.
Okay.
Things like that.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll touch on hormones.
Okay.
All right. So let's do the face. So why did you come up with this, and does it really work?
Yeah, so I did the training a few years ago because it's not something you learn necessarily in acupuncture school. It's kind of a continuing education thing. So I did it because just throw something different into the mix. Yeah. And it's basically, you ask the patient where they want to focus. Some people have a certain area that they're concerned about, and this, that, and the other. So
like you can say, like, I have some jowls,
I want to lift
need a little lift
here, or I've got the 11s, or
I do have
crow's
the 11
feet, or smoker lines, all those things. And so you always want to, of course, honor that patient and what they want to focus on. So you always want to make sure you're addressing their primary concern. But then you also want to do other points that kind of just generally around the face that help produce collagen. Okay. It increases these cells called fibroblasts, and those are what help produce collagen in the skin. So acupuncture, that's part of what it does. Okay. And so you basically, over time, you do have to do the facial stuff. If you really want to see rapid improvement, once a week for about 8 weeks. Okay. Because it takes, I think, about 4 weeks to really build new collagen. So it's something that most people, if they're really, really concerned and they're really trying to make a big difference, then once a week for about 8 weeks. And then you can always kind of do like a maintenance thing.
Okay, before I forget, will you put me on the schedule?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. For 8 weeks, solid?
8 weeks solid.
Okay, good. Yes, and you keep your prices definitely affordable. Number one, we are in an area where you do respect all of the ranges of income. Yeah, it's meant to be a medicine for the people. It's not an elitist system. So I do try to make it affordable, while still being able to support my family and all the things. So, I do think my prices are reasonable. They're pretty average for anyone else around this area. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I think they're good. And I had no idea that you were doing 8 weeks I didn't know we had to come for 8 weeks for the face.
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
I mean, your skin is already great. So you probably don't really need the 8 weeks. But some people, if they've been, for example, a smoker or had a lot of stress, we carry a lot of that in our face. And a lot of people will find that facial treatment actually is a big emotional release. Because you think about it, you're smiling, you're frowning, you're furrowing, and all those emotions
overthinking
kind of get lodged in there. So you start working on them. And some of that does kind of lighten, people feel really good. And even after one treatment, even though one treatment isn't going to make collagen all of a sudden, but it does brighten you, it kind of just, you leave and you just feel brighter and lighter and just kind of glow a little bit. So it's really lovely.
Not woo-woo, because that's like my pet peeve word, but that's why I'm using it.
Yeah.
But there is some science behind it, as far as there is collagen being made by stimulating the meridians in our face.
Yeah. I mean, it's stimulating, like I said earlier, those fibroblasts, which help produce collagen.
Okay.
But it also improves blood flow.
Okay.
And that, of course, is going to help with everything. It helps nourish the tissues. And then part of the other thing, I always encourage people to get a little facial cupping set to use at home.
Still haven't gotten
You haven't gotten one yet? Yeah, you should definitely get one because that, like all this stuff that collects down here, the jowls, we call them.
Yeah.
That is just the subcutaneous fat that gravity kind of pulls down over time. So you can do like the cupping, or some people like to do the gua sha, which is like the scraping.
I do that.
Yeah, so it's a similar thing. You can do that, but it helps redistribute some of this fat so it doesn't collect down here. Kind of redistribute it back upwards. And so that's another big thing that people can do at home as well to kind of help.
Well, what about, so after we do the natural acupuncture facelift, then what do you recommend? Your beef tallow?
Yeah.
What are you making for the face these days?
Well, I'm making a beef tallow. It's a facial tallow.
Okay.
And so for years I've made a facial serum. I think I've given you some of the serum before.
Yes.
So I made that. It's got a lot of good anti-inflammatory herbs and things in it. And I steep it, and it's several different oils: pomegranate, rosehip seed oil, jojoba, some different oils, and about 6 or 7 different flowers.
Wow.
So it's got a really nice base to it. And then I take that serum and I actually whip it into the tallow. And so it's this light, fluffy facial tallow. And it's so soft. And I have 2 different scents. One is rose and sandalwood, and one is grapefruit and sandalwood.
Oh.
Some people like the rose, some people prefer the citrus.
Interesting.
And so you don't need much. A little bit of it goes a long way. I put it on at night. No, I do it at night.
Okay.
Because I think because it's oil-based, if you try to put makeup over it, sometimes people just don't like to do that. It makes your makeup kind of like not stay in place, I guess. So I do it at night before I go to bed. Okay. And you can also use it wherever. I mean, I'll put it on my hands and arms as well. Those are really dry. So, John had some like little age spots on his hand, and so he's been using it, and they're like gone.
Really?
Yeah. They're gone, and that's the only thing he's been doing for them.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so I noticed some interesting things. Maybe you'll see it, maybe you're not. But do you see the line right here on my forearms? Look.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
Yeah. Is that
okay? And right here?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's from driving. You know how you drive and your hands are up?
Oh,
and the sun comes down just like at that diagonal?
Yes.
That's how much I drive.
Wow.
That's a lot of carpool.
That is.
So I would like to try and see if it would remove those lines. I mean, it is a straight line.
Okay. Well, I will get you some. Yeah.
Can y'all see it? Probably not. No, you can't see.
If it'll show up on the camera, but
okay, so beef tallow. And are you still making the serum?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have both of those for sale. Anything else on the body that we need? Ooh, what about your pain balm?
Yes, I just made a new batch of that this weekend, actually. So, the pain balm is a bunch of Chinese herbs.
Okay.
It's, I think, 6 different Chinese herbs that we use for pain, inflammation, kind of all those good kind of blood moving properties is what we say in Chinese medicine. And anytime you have something that hurts, that means that the blood in that area is not moving properly. Okay. The blood, all the fluids. It's not just blood, but that's what they called it thousands of years ago.
Do they call it stagnation?
Yes. Blood stagnation and also chi stagnation. Chi is like the energy that flows. So when those get stuck, that's when you end up with pain. Okay, so that can be from a traumatic injury. You get a bruise, and you see the blood stagnation with a bruise. That's why it turns blue and purple and all that. So these herbs move that stuff. They're just innate blood movers and chi movers. So those are the herbs I chose in the pain balm, and it's an oil base. So I steep all those herbs in oil for 4 hours, and then I let them actually sit overnight, and then strain them out the next day, and then add some beeswax, and it's really great. And I mean, people do come back to me and say that it really does work. I mean, anything topical for really intense pain is only going to do so much, take the edge off, whatever, right? But this pain balm, I was driving last summer, and I had a injury to my shoulder, and I was getting kind of shooting pains down my arm when I was driving because you're holding the wheel. And so I put some of my pain balm on it, and I noticed that like 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, it's not hurting anymore.
What do you call yours? Do you call yours muscle balm? What do you call it?
I just call it pain balm. Okay. Yeah, herbal pain balm.
Herbal.
Yeah.
Herbal pain balm. Okay.
Well, actually, so we came up with another name for it too. It's the super bomb balm. So that's what's actually on the label, because you can actually use it for other things.
So we don't need to order from we don't need CBD from like a random company that we have, like you have it. And will you ship?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're set up to ship. So yeah, I can ship. And if it's like in the summer, I've got these little ice packs that I'll ship it with so it doesn't melt in the shipping. So because it's oil based, and the tallow definitely will melt.
Definitely melt.
So you have to ship those cold. I keep them in the fridge and then ship. When I'm shipping them, take an ice pack, put it in there. And it usually makes its way pretty well. So
someone shipped us cupcakes this summer.
Oh,
it wasn't pretty. Unfortunately, it was her first time shipping cupcakes for her cupcake business. And so when we got it, it was like one big
huge. Oh, no.
But anyway, you learn from trial and error.
You do. That's the only way to learn.
She came back and had like different packages with individual cupcakes.
Okay.
So at least it kept the mess a little bit better.
Oh, gosh.
But I remember way back in the day when I was selling wine, the distributors from up north didn't like to send wine down to Louisiana because it would cook it in the truck. In the trucks, and your warehouse had to be refrigerated, but just getting it from the airplane and the trucks down to Louisiana, they would say they couldn't guarantee the taste of the wine and that kind of
stuff.
That
makes sense. It's a big issue.
It's gone full circle from drinking wine to selling wine to drinking no wine, because now every time I come to you, I'm like, I need to work on my digestion.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so I got to tell you this before we go back to some Chinese herbs. So you sent me that book.
Yes. Oh, the Hulda Clark.
Cure for All Diseases.
Yes.
Okay, so Ashley's full of knowledge. I mean, we can talk for hours. We'll try and keep it under an hour today, but she really is like a wealth of knowledge. So, and we like kind of the same things and wondering all about these parasites and stuff. And I remember coming to you being like, please cure me of all these parasites. Right? I got Giardia, I had crypto, I had all the things from Puerto Rico. Yeah. It's so disgusting. But and she has Chinese herbs for parasites.
Yes.
And it's called
the thunder pills and the lightning pills.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thunder, I thought it was crazy, but you have to take thunder for 30 days, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Usually people do better doing thunder first because the lightning pills are a little stronger.
Okay. And then lightning.
Yeah.
And so she's treated our whole family with Chinese herbs.
Yeah.
And if your kids have parasites, which they do, if they're eating and drinking the same things you are.
Yeah. And if you've got animals and walk around barefoot, I mean, yeah, absolutely. And we have chickens. So, I mean, we definitely, so.
Yeah. I know, it's so gross, but at the same time, like, we just have to always be treating. Right?
Yes. And, I mean, to some degree, parasites can be, I think, slightly symbiotic sometimes.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I don't know that any body can fully 100% be parasite free for a lifetime. I don't really think that's possible,
Well, even Hulda.
Yeah.
Right? She said that, so this is what I wanted to tell you. Okay. So Hulda Clark, The Cure for All Diseases, if y'all haven't heard of that book and you're interested in parasites and chronic disease, which I definitely am. And, so she made a zapper, what's called a zapper.
Yes.
Okay. And Ashley sends me this book, and I'm like, I want to make the zapper. And she's like, John's going to make the zapper. And so I'm like, well, shoot, I'm going to have to find someone to make me a zapper.
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks goes by. I did find a friend that helped me like decipher all the stuff with the zapper. Yeah. However, if you actually just go on eBay,
you can just buy them.
You can just buy them.
That's great.
And the reason why is because she taught people, she didn't want to patent it because she wanted everybody to zap their own parasites.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this lady, she's dead now, but this was like her life's work.
Yeah.
And so I started zapping myself last Tuesday.
Okay.
No, last Sunday. It's 7 minutes on, 20-minute rest, 7 minutes on, 20-minute rest, 7 minutes on, 20-minute rest.
Right.
Okay. And I just did the 2.5 frequency.
Okay.
And you can't even feel the frequency.
Oh, you can't feel it. Okay.
You can't feel it.
Okay.
Well, you can feel the 2.5 just a smidge to know that's on, but you cannot feel the 30.
Okay.
And you cannot feel the 5.
Okay.
So I'm zapping myself for an hour a day, sitting still for an hour. You don't have to sit still for the 20-minute rest, but
right,
still.
But still,
okay.
Yeah.
By Wednesday, I'm completely plugged up and constipated.
Oh, no.
And I don't have any problem in that area.
Right.
Okay. So I was like, God, I must have been filled with parasites.
Right.
I wanted to call you so bad, but I was just like, I can't. I just have to work through this.
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, no. It was terrible. So anyway, got a colonic this morning.
Okay.
A week later, I did stop zapping on Thursday. So I only zapped for 4 days. I did not complete it because I was a wreck.
Yeah.
I was at a party and I'm like, oh my God, did I just shit my pants?
Oh, no. That's not good. You may have needed to take it a little slower.
Is someone gonna see me?
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh my God, what color underwear am I wearing? Am I even wearing any underwear? I need a catch-all.
Oh my gosh, you need a diaper.
So what they don't tell you is if you have diarrhea, and I want to know about this from your angle. Okay. But if you have diarrhea, that means you're constipated. It doesn't mean that you're actually.
It can, yes. Sometimes it can, because if you are blocked up in your intestines, the stool can't pass through the blockage, but the liquid can. Yeah. So it goes around the blockage, and then you can end up with diarrhea. So, yeah.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
Okay, but so guess what was blocking me on my colonic this morning? Guess what came out?
Oh.
All parasites.
Really?
Nasty.
Oh, my God.
And you could tell that they were parasites because they were black, circular parasites.
Wow.
With a thingy.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
I know.
So are you going to zap again?
I'm going to zap
some more
tomorrow.
out? Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah. So I'm going to zap again.
Okay.
But so what do you do in Chinese medicine, and how do they view parasites and stuff? Because I know you do thunder and lightning, but how do you follow people with the protocol? Because that's what's the problem with these parasite cleanses is you're just on a lone boat by yourself.
Yeah, I know. You have to kind of figure it out by yourself a lot of times. Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
you have to empower yourself.
Yeah.
You're not going to die, number one.
Right. Yeah.
You will get clogged up if you're not opening up your channels.
Right.
Okay, so how can acupuncture open up the channels, and how do you treat it?
Well, I mean, acupuncture, we can always work on points for digestion, the liver, the kidneys, and keep all those detox pathways moving and clear. That's number one. Do points on the belly to help, the physical intestines with peristalsis so that you're moving things through. But you also need to support the liver and the kidneys, and probably some, the lungs and the heart as well, because it can be kind of traumatic.
Why is
doing these parasite cleanses?
Well, I know from you, you taught me that the liver and lung are highly connected, but for someone that wouldn't know that in Chinese medicine, why is detoxing stressful on the lungs?
Well, the lungs are, they are a very sensitive organ, right? And so if you have something going on in your digestive tract, it can affect the lungs. We have a saying in Chinese medicine. It says the lungs hold the phlegm, but the phlegm is created by the spleen, which thousands of years ago, the spleen was part of the digestive system in Chinese medicine because they didn't know about the pancreas. So anytime you have a Chinese medicine practitioner talk about the spleen, they're really talking more about the activity of the pancreas. But we say that the spleen is what creates phlegm, and the lungs hold the phlegm. So what that means is if you have a problem in your digestion, you have just slow digestion, constipated, chronic, reflux, all those things can create what they call phlegm in the body. Dampness is another term you'll hear for it.
Okay.
And that is anything that's not getting properly transformed. So our digestive system, we're supposed to transform all of our food and fluids, and it's supposed to make its way out. But if that's not happening, it can build up this dampness and this phlegm, and that can get stored in the lungs. So the lungs a lot of people with asthma also have digestive problems. And then that can also manifest in the skin because the lungs express themselves through the skin. And so if your internal detox pathways aren't working well, or they're just overloaded from, parasites and toxins and things like that, it'll come out your skin. And so, in fact, I just am currently doing a candida cleanse. We did a couple of rounds of parasite cleanses, and then I started on some candida herbs.
Okay.
And boy, is it coming out through my skin. I mean, I had like, they're starting to go away, but just hives and all these crazy marks, bumps. Yes. And it was as soon as I started the candida. And so sometimes
candida is a parasite.
It is a parasite. I mean, we all have candida. It lives in all people, but it's just when it's able to kind of grow out of control for whatever reason, stress, lack of exercise, maybe you caught a virus and you were down and out for a couple weeks or whatever, all of that, the candida is opportunistic, and it'll start to kind of grow out of control and kind of weed out your good flora in there, and it can start to cause all kinds of problems. So, a lot of people, I think, give up on the parasite cleanses when they start to have some of these symptoms, because as the parasites die, they release toxins.
Okay, so back to Hulda Clark, because in her book, in the very beginning of it, she said when we go to kill the parasites have already eaten the viruses that we've already had.
Right.
Okay, so that could be anything. Flu from chicken pox as a kid to the flu as the adult or whatever. Okay, so then they eat the parasites. So when we go to kill the parasites, it releases the viruses back into our body. That's why you do a second 7-minute zap.
Right.
So we zap the live viruses.
Yeah.
Then you rest for 20 minutes, wait till that frequency zaps those. Then we zap for a third time.
Right. To
get it moving and out.
Yeah. Yep. I know. It's amazing.
It's just mind-blowing. But I had no idea. And obviously I'm not a medical doctor, but studying this stuff has been so interesting. And I know you're going back to school for what?
Functional medicine. Yes.
I'm going back to school to get my PhD in natural medicine.
Nice.
So we'll still be a good team.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm excited. And, but I just think that it's interesting that the viruses can, once they run their cycle with us, 7 to 10 days, right? That the parasites then eat them, and then they live unlimitedly. That's not even a word, but infinitely.
We know what you meant.
Infinitely in the parasite until we attack the parasite.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's crazy.
That just blows my mind.
Yeah, I know. They are sneaky.
They're disgusting.
Yeah. They are disgusting.
Okay, so instead of, I also go to Ashley too because, first of all, I don't take antibiotics anymore.
Right.
And I also read in one of my first classes by the way, today I'm officially a health coach.
Well, congratulations.
Board certified too.
Nice.
Yeah, natural medicine.
Awesome.
So I was so excited. I finally got my certificate in the mail today.
Yay.
Yay, I'm so excited. But so they were in one of my studies, they were just saying I don't know. So many gross things.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
Parasites are really gross.
Yeah.
They really are.
I don't know. Yeah. I lost my train of thought because I just had this bug vision in my head just now, and it just kind of threw me off. It looked like a centipede.
Yeah, that's, I guess it's interesting because one of the functional medicine classes that I took, he was talking about autoimmune disease. And one of the statistics that he put up there, he showed a map of the world. And in the countries that have the higher incidence of parasites, have almost no autoimmune disease. So I thought that was really interesting. So, there could be other explanations for that. But, his theory was that maybe sometimes they act as a distraction for people with autoimmune stuff because your immune system's fighting the parasites.
And not the
person. And then you start killing off the parasites. And then it can kind of, and I've actually had patients that's happened to. They start doing these parasite cleanses and they start to have flare-ups of their autoimmune. So it's like, is there kind of a give and take? Is there supposed to be some kind of symbiosis? But then you can also make the argument maybe those countries don't have autoimmune disease because they're not as developed. They don't have all the exposures to things that we have here, the heavy metals, the 5G, the, stress, the work till you die.
They don't take antibiotics like we
they don't take. So who knows, what the answer to that is, but I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and so that brings me back to the antibiotics. So I don't take antibiotics anymore. I mean, I didn't even take it when I got staph. Yeah. And I got yelled at by my doctor. Oh. So don't take advice from me.
They do that.
Okay, but I got chewed out in the doctor's office.
Oh, boy.
But you know what? I'm still here.
Yeah.
But I did just bring my leg into Orange Beach and just soak the staph right out of my leg.
Yeah.
But I do remember having kind of heart palpitations and stuff like that.
Really?
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's
But anyway,
scary.
in Holda's, I think it's Holda's book, she said, or no, it was in the studies, it was saying that like you literally can rewire your children's brain for good. They have proven studies if you over antibiotic your kid. Now think about it.
Yeah.
Every ear infection.
Yeah.
Like we have got to, I am on a mission to save the children.
Yeah.
Save the babies. Like just because they have an earache doesn't mean they need a full dose of antibiotics. Like they can call you, right? Yeah. You have treated so many of my ear infections.
Yeah.
The kids, tell us how like you treat that. Now, again, I'm not saying not to do an antibiotic. Right. I'm just saying there is literature out there now proving that it rewires your child's original brain.
Yeah. Well,
for good.
I mean, I believe that because
that's crazy.
Most of our serotonin's made in the gut.
Okay.
And that's a brain neurotransmitter. So it's made in the gut. And if you're on antibiotics, you basically are wiping out all that good flora that helps produce that. So that makes sense. I mean, I can see that, but there are other options. I mean, when my kids were little, I don't think I ever once gave them antibiotics for an for an ear infection.
So what'd you do like for strep, ear, cough? Like I met this adorable little boy yesterday. He had walking pneumonia, like stuff like that. Like what would you do for that?
Yeah.
For kids?
So, I mean, for the ear infections, what I always did was garlic oil in the ears. You know, you just have to make sure that the eardrum's not perforated. That's the only caveat to putting anything in the ear at all. You can't do it if the eardrum's been perforated. So what I would do, I would always catch it really early, but usually if an eardrum's going to perforate, that's days and days of an infection. And then they have this horrible pain and then there's no pain left. And so that's usually when But it's probably a good idea. Just be sure, have it looked at, make sure it's not perforated. And then you can buy garlic oil. Herb Farm is a company that makes one already made. You can make your own. I've done that before. You just saute some garlic and olive oil.
Okay.
Let it cool off and put a couple drops in each ear. And my kids used to hate it because they smell like garlic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Lay
down. You sound like me.
Yeah.
I don't care. Drink this chlorophyll shot.
Yes. They got used to it over the years, and now they call me for health advice. So I know. They finally listened, so.
Even though one's in the Western field, she still calls you and does alternative?
Yeah, she still does. Yeah, she does. So, yeah. Mom, what does my friend take for this? Or what do I need for this? And so she does.
So the girls actually come back around and want your opinion?
Yes, believe it or not.
That's wild. Because mine avoids me so much right now because she didn't even want a single opinion.
Yeah, well.
And I finally laid down the law. I was like, you have to call me one day a week.
Yeah.
Or you can start paying your own bills.
Oh.
So now I get a Sunday night call.
Okay.
Really late. Almost pushing it.
Yeah, right.
I might have to set a new boundary.
Yeah, she knows you don't want to talk that late.
Yeah.
So. Nice try, Jules.
We got you. So, it's all about boundaries. Okay, but let's go back to what people are scared about doing alternative stuff, especially with needles. Okay, so how do you overcome that, ooh, I don't want needles? Like, when you're meeting people for the first time and I know you because I've just known you for so long. You don't say, oh, come see me. I know you don't do that.
No, I don't ever do that.
You don't ever do that. But I am that type of person.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, you need to go see Ashley.
Yeah.
Don't take that. try that. But now that I'm certified, I can't tell people what to do anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a fine line. I know. It's no fun. You can make gentle suggestions.
But I used to be like, okay, well, I'm taking this supplement, and the rules of, health coaching. They're like, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I can't ever tell a patient to get off this or that medication. Like, I can't do it. If they want to layer in herbs, I have to tell them, you need to check with your doctor on the weaning process to get off of that. Then we can talk about possibly doing herbs.
Adding.
So it's kind of the same thing. You have to be careful,
It's never a do this or do that.
Right. Yeah.
It's you could maybe look into it.
Yeah. I mean,
redo your research
on suggestions to people. And I always encourage people, do your own research. You have to be your own health advocate, your own doctor. Mm-hmm. You can read 10 different things. Let's say you're looking up, information on a stomach ache, for example. You're going to read 10, 20, 30 different things. And I tell people, go with what resonates with you.
I like that.
What do you
intuitive.
read? And you're like, yes, that makes sense. That's where you start. Not the thing that seems like way off in left field that like, that's really bizarre. Then it's probably not the right treatment for you. So just tell them, try something that resonates. Of all the stuff you read,
I like that.
What resonates? Yeah.
Yeah, because you can muscle test, but not everybody trusts their own muscle test.
Right.
Yeah, so using your intuition, and this is how I've taught for the last 12 years, use your intuition.
Right.
But because if it feels wrong,
then it's wrong. Absolutely.
It's wrong.
Yes.
If it feels good and feels right, like me, she said in the book to zap for 7 days,
mm-hmm.
but she never mentioned it would plug me up on day 3 or 4 or whatever day it was, right? And she never said like stop. So you do have to be your own.
Yeah, you have to kind of figure it out. I mean, your body is going to be different than the next body.
Yeah.
And we know your body is sensitive with that kind of stuff, So, I mean, you do probably have to tread a little more lightly than the next person.
Yeah. So. I know. So I think too, okay, so the last part is you're now creating homemade, organic, mushroom enriched, L-theanine.
Some of it has L-theanine.
Some green tea.
Yes, all kinds of goodies.
Bone broth,
yes.
Yay! We love bone broth.
Yes, it is.
Is it sad to say I'm already addicted to your bone broth?
No, I love that. That's great.
I have my morning one with L-theanine in it.
Okay.
And I have my night one with the no caffeine and just the mushrooms.
Just the mushrooms, yeah. So we've got a few different formulas. So we've got just plain bone broth for people who don't want the mushrooms or for whatever reason, don't tolerate them. So there's plain bone broth, and then we've got an immune blend that is we call it the naked bone broth, is the one without mushrooms. So the immune is the naked with a 5 mushroom complex that's for the immune system. And then we have one called Focus and Energy, which is the naked bone broth with 4 different mushrooms for brain health. So that one's more for like, people with ADD. Have given us really good feedback that, oh my gosh, I drink that in the morning and I am just on all day. I'm focused. I don't need sticky notes. Yeah. So people really, really like that one.
Okay.
And then the supercharged.
I don't think I have.
I don't remember.
No, I'm on the supercharge right now.
You're on supercharge right now. So that is Focus and Energy, but then we add the green tea, caffeine, reishi, ginseng, and L-theanine. Yeah. So that one's for, when you really get
I gotta get you some of that.
It's really good stuff, and it's freeze dried, so it's got a nice long shelf life. You just put it in water, or we put it in our coffee. So if you're a coffee drinker, it's actually really delicious.
Ew,
it's so good.
It is.
It really is. It really is. But you don't drink coffee.
Well, I don't drink. I gave up coffee unless I have some kind of fun date that I'm going on, and they have the actual mug, and someone's making me like a foam.
Something custom, fancy.
But I switched over to matcha because I read all about how it goes in and kills the cancer cells.
Oh, yeah.
And it literally goes and finds the cancer, the matcha goes and finds the cells.
Okay.
And kind of blows them up.
I didn't know that.
Well, of course, that's my language, but that's not what the book said. But
Your interpretation.
That's my American Louisiana interpretation. No, but you're right. The supercharged is the one I have.
Yeah.
And I do rock it all day long.
Yeah. It's just amazing stuff.
I can get through my checklist.
Yep.
Like
bam, 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 bam. Yep.
And I don't get antsy anymore at 3:00. I don't have that lull where I need a nap.
Yes.
Anymore.
Yeah, that's great.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Well,
is that what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
Well, what is L-theanine doing for us?
Well, L-theanine is it's a essential amino acid.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you have to consume it. Like your body doesn't make it naturally. So, but it relaxes the nervous system. But it also at the same time gives you energy. It's kind of a little dichotomy, and it really does help you. It helps a lot of people sleep. I don't know if you find that you're sleeping any.
Oh, I sleep great.
Yeah, so you sleep well already anyway, but it does really help you sleep. It's kind of a weird like irony to it because it gives you energy, but it's also calming and helps you sleep. So it's kind of one of those amazing compounds.
Well, I think we're going into the age of, tell me if you feel like your clients are in this, but a lot of women going through this age are becoming with insomnia, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot and I do not have that, but personally, but I have a lot of friends that do have that.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It is a big problem.
So what do you do for acupuncture and hormones? Because that's kind of the last little key piece, right?
Yeah.
We're really struggling in this time because our water's polluted, our food's polluted. We're getting bombarded with pharmaceuticals in our waters and other people's hormones.
Hormone disruptors all over the place. Yeah. The BPAs and all those, and really any plastics. BPA caught a really the bad rap, but it's. The substitutes they use instead of BPA are just as bad. It's just that BPA was the one that was studied and exposed, but there's BPCs and all the other BPs.
It's the same.
So they're all the same. Even if you're BPA free, there's still hormone disruptors all over the place.
BPAC.
Yeah. So
that's the same with PFOS, and now there's PFOAS, PFOS. 5, 55, 85.
Yeah, there's all the things, So, acupuncture definitely can help with hormone balance. Once you're getting into kind of the perimenopause age, herbs can be really, really helpful for that as well. The Chinese medical version or theory behind perimenopause is that we have a substance called yin in our bodies. So there's yin and there's yang, and most people are familiar with that concept, but yin is kind of the fluid, the nourishment, the blood, all that falls under yin. And as we age, because we menstruate and bear children and, if you breastfed and all that, we lose a lot of that yin over the course of our lives as women. And so by the time we get into perimenopause, it goes down even more. And you can think of it as like the coolant in your car. If you run out of coolant, stuff starts to break down, you start to get hot, you start to fume. So
that's hilarious.
It's a great analogy. We're just a machine, we ran out of coolant. And so the herbs are really important to kind of replenish some of that.
Okay.
So that's really a strong suit, I think, of Chinese herbal medicine is some of those menopause herbs.
Okay, so let's say that I'm at a party, I'm at a dinner, and everybody's talking about their testosterone pellets and they're this and they're that. And now I can't say anything, right? Because I have a new title. Yeah. So now I have to shut my mouth, which is going to be a whole new habit for me. Just be quiet and smile, Lillian.
Yes, right.
But could I say, hey, how about a consultation with Ashley and she will go over your hormones with you with Chinese herbs?
Yes, absolutely.
Not American herbs.
Right.
You are strictly doing Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep. Just Chinese herbs. So some of the companies I use will do blends and throw in a couple of Western herbs here and there. But by and large, most of what I do is strictly the Chinese herbs. So,
okay. So I won't make you pronounce like the bottles and stuff. Can you?
Oh, yeah.
You can?
Yes.
Okay, give us one for hot flashes.
So probably Zhibai Di Huangwan.
That's so fancy.
Yeah, but each person is different. So don't go out and just buy that because you need a diagnosis, because sometimes that's too strong for people and maybe it's not, maybe you don't have that much heat. That formula has extra heat clearing herbs. So that's for people who are just like really outrageously hot. But there's another formula that's the same base formula that doesn't have the extra herbs. So sometimes one's better than the other for the person.
Well, let's diagnose me.
Okay.
So I sweat like when I get nervous.
Okay.
Like I'm a little hot right now.
Okay.
I can feel my underarms.
Yeah.
They're a little hot.
Okay.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're working up some heat, which is part of the conversation.
It is. And that's actually heart. That's a heart pathology.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Can you fix that?
Heart 1 is in the armpit. And so if you find that that's where you sweat, especially times when you're nervous or anxious or whatever, that's usually like a heart pathology. So you might need some heart yin herbs.
What about the crotch?
That's probably more liver.
Ooh,
yeah.
Because that's the second place I sweat.
Okay. Yeah. Because the liver channel runs up and runs around that area. So.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So can you get me some herbs?
Yes. Yes, I can.
So I like it because I like Ashley a lot because, number one, she's not judgy.
No, I'm not ever.
You're really
I'm
never
not
judgy.
Ever.
Ever.
Yeah, because I'm kind of weird myself. So who am I to judge?
Exactly. Who are any of us to judge? Okay, so she's not judgy. She laughs, as you can see.
Yes.
Right. She has fun, but she's also very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
And you do. What I also love is that you always are reading and growing. And I think that's the big disconnect right now and I think that's why I had to put myself into school, because I felt like a stagnation, right? And so there's so much to learn out there.
Yes.
Like, what is there to learn? And you, I feel, are always learning something new, trying something new.
I am. I love it. It's how I'm wired. I need, if I have a patient who comes in with something that maybe I'm not familiar with or need to know more, I will always get online, get books, whatever, learn whatever I can to help that person.
Yeah.
And I always use that moving forward. And, you learn little like spider webs along the way, and so you just kind of bank that in your memory. And
and then
it's
you're
great.
like, oh, I need to put a needle there.
Yeah.
And a needle here.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that. And so it's an hour out of your life. It's very affordable.
Yeah.
And then you can be reached at what these days? What do you like? What's your...
Well, I mean, you can call or email. Unfortunately, I can't get text on my office line for some reason.
Okay. Will you give us your office line?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 985-590-5172. And CovingtonAcupuncture.com is the website.
Okay. It's not Magnolia Acupuncture?
No, that was already taken, actually. There's one in California.
Oh, really?
So they have the domain for that already.
Okay, so it's Magnolia Acupuncture.
Yes.
But the website is Covington Acupuncture.
Yes.
Okay, and give us your landline one more time.
985-590-5172.
Okay. You can harass her on the landline.
Yes. Please
make
call.
an appointment, an hour out of your life. Do you suggest once a week or once every 2 weeks, or what do you?
Usually when people start out, it depends on the condition and what they have going on. Most of the time I like to get people in once a week for the first, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Okay.
Depends on what they have going on again. But, and then usually we taper that out, and most people a once a month maintenance is perfect. It's enough to keep everything sort of level and balanced and running smoothly. And that's.
Oh, I forgot one last thing.
Yes.
What about acupuncture for weight loss?
Weight loss is a tricky one.
Yes.
But it is a tricky one.
I'm sure it's tricky for everybody.
It is. But acupuncture can be a really good addition to a program that, you have to be eating right and exercising and, doing all the things, right?
Okay.
But acupuncture, we can work on metabolism, work on gut health, work on sleep, because a lot of times if you're not sleeping well, that's counterproductive. So there are a lot of kind of undercurrents to weight loss that we can help with.
Okay.
And I think, you know, for me, I found that doing the parasite cleanses and the candida cleanses helps with like the belly, the bloating and all that, you know, so that's another thing we could kind of look at and kind of figure out, is that what this person needs first?
Yes.
Because, you know, you can really chase your tail. If you have a lot of gut dysfunction and imbalance and dysbiosis and all that going on, you're not going to lose weight because your system is not working properly. So that's kind of where acupuncture and the herbs would come in for that.
Is to really help the whole body wellness.
Yes, absolutely.
And health.
Yep.
And it's not just a quick fix, although it is a quick fix because you can feel like $1 million in 1 hour.
Yeah. I mean, you walk out of there a different person, you know, I mean.
So it's a quick fix for the pain, but it's like a whole body wellness.
It is.
Medicine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It's wonderful.
Dr. Miller. Are you Dr. Ashley
no,
Miller?
I'm not doctor.
You're almost, aren't you?
I'm just Ashley. I'm just Ashley.
Okay. So just Ashley is amazing. Check her out. I hope we've given you all the little goodies. Oh, and all those products that she mentioned, she sells at her shop.
Yes, and we also have a website for that. For the bone broth is primaltonics.com.
Okay.
So that's available there.
Primaltonics.com. Yes. And if you're local, she'll be at the Trailhead.
Yes, Mandeville Trailhead on Saturdays. Yep.
And if you're global, she'll ship.
Yep, we can ship.
Okay.
Absolutely.
This was so fun.
It was fun.
I hope people learned a lot.
I hope so too.
And I hope they come see you because you're definitely such a staple in my life.
Well, I'm happy to be that for you.
And
that's awesome.
The kids.
Yes.
And I even got Andre there after he was scared of needles.
Yeah, I know.
And he loves it.
Great. I know. That's what I love, is kind of helping transform somebody's mindset on it, and that you just don't know until you try it how wonderful it is.
Yeah.
Everybody should try it at least once.
Yes. Okay, so think of her as your Chinese urgent care.
Yes.
And she's not afraid of illness.
Nope.
She's not afraid of diseases.
Nope.
She won't judge you for crazy things.
No, never.
She's probably heard it all before.
Yeah.
Or had it
or
herself.
Or gone through it. Yep.
Or had it yourself.
Had it myself. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for listening to us. And Sat Nam. Hope y'all have an amazing day. Thank you.